Now on Coast TV News.
Delaware's plans for a new hybrid ferry, the timeline, the cost, and how it will cut carbon emissions while improving ferry service.
New regulations on marine wildlife and offshore wind will explain the measures in place to safeguard these animals to an extent during construction.
All-way stops all over the place, new signs up at multiple intersections in downtown Milton with the goal of improving safety, reducing traffic, and making the town more accessible.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
These wind turbines and their effect on sea life, the subject of hundreds of new pages of federal rules. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 6. We begin tonight with an admission by the federal government that animals could be hurt or even killed in the construction of offshore wind.
We've covered for years U.S. Wind's attempts to build hundreds of wind turbines off the Delaware and Maryland coasts. And now there are regulations for protecting marine life to an extent. Coast TV News reporter Brandon Ferguson is live in Rehoboth Beach. Brandon, new regulations do allow for incidents where U.S. wind could harm and in some cases kill marine life.
Maddie, these federal regulations allows up to 20 incidental takes of marine mammals. Now, the federal government describes takes as anywhere from harassing to killing those animals, and people here on Delmarva are concerned.
This is the Atlantic right whale, one of the species listed in new regulations for U.S. wind. NOAA said U.S. wind must monitor the area for marine mammals, maintain safe distances, and reduce noise. However, the regulations state that unintentional harm to wildlife will unfortunately happen during this project, and some people in Rehoboth Beach are not happy.
It's already been proven the damage it does to wildlife, the noise factor, and just the fact that it disturbs the whole ecology.
While many people here at Rehoboth Beach are concerned about this project, a man off camera told me as long as he can't see it on the shore, he doesn't care either way. According to the regulations, U.S. Wind must pay particular attention to rookeries, mating grounds, and areas of similar significance. Philip Mayer visits Rehoboth Beach often, and he says there has to be another way around this problem to keep animals safe.
We'd like to see us get away from fossil fuels and all that sort of really destructive stuff, but then this sounds like not the perfect solution.
Turbines in the ocean, some say helping the environment in one way, but killing it in others. These rules will go into effect on January 1st, and they will last 5 years. As of now, there's no scientific evidence of any whales being killed from offshore wind programs. In Rehoboth Beach, Brandon Ferguson, Coast TV News.
This brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know if you think what you think the aspect of this wind project worries you the most is.
Let's take a look at the updated results from last news hour. Habitat disruption is 60%, long-term impact is 2%, noise pollution is 2%, but really worth noting here, 36% say they're not worried about it at all.
And if you want to be a part of this conversation, real easy to do. Go to coasttv.com or use the Coast TV mobile app. We're going to have updated results on this tonight on Coast TV News at 11.
You might remember our story earlier this week about a number of tents set up on Route 1 in Lewis for the homeless. This is at the site of the former Troop 7 building for state police. As we reported, the tents have been on the property and set up under the name Theros. We interviewed Mike Agnew, who runs Code Purple at the Cape. The parent company, Love Inc. of Mid-Delmarva, that oversees Code Purple overall, they made it clear that this new tent pop-up is not under their purview. The camp will only exist for 45 days, and after that, the people living in Theros will move to a shelter for the winter.
This drought is not loosening its grip on Delmarva, and we have seen how it has affected agriculture and gardens, but businesses like Don's Tree Farm are working overtime to have trees ready for Christmas. Coast TV reporter Zakia Jennings shows us how likely it is these trees here will make it onto the back of Santa's sleigh.
Christmas trees being watered. Believe it or not, the holiday season is right around the corner. However, this season isn't as holly or jolly for Don Hallowell. He owns Don's Tree Farm and says this drought is forcing him to run his irrigation system a lot longer than usual.
We are at a major deficit on water. We're watering 3 times a week, a little over a ½ inch, about 6/10 per watering.
He says he's not the only tree farmer struggling through the drought.
I know farmers that have lost over 25,000 trees this year. That's a terrible thing.
And while he's crossing his fingers for rain, so far the extra irrigation has been enough.
You can look at this little guy right here. See how green he is? The color is excellent, and he's doing really well.
If and when the skies do eventually open up, there is a delicate balance to worry about there as well. If we get a lot of rain, Don says suddenly he'd be worried about something called root rot.
Believe it or not, if we get too much rain, that's what causes the phytophthora, because we don't have good drainage.
Here is what Hallowell refers to as his sleigh. Each year he throws a big tree on the back and rides down Route 1. He's confident that he can make this happen this year, though he still worries about the dry conditions and what it will do to his trees that have barely formed roots. This truck here is prepped and ready to go, and as long as Hallowell continues to care for his trees, your order could be on the back of this truck soon. In Greenwood, I'm Zakia Jennings, Coast TV News.
The drought is also hurting wetlands on Delmarva. Some trails and refuges are shut down because they're too silted in. And to manage habitats, wetlands managers use controlled burns in the fall and winter, which, thanks to burn bans because of the drought, they just can't do. We're going to take a live look now into Ocean City, and you can see beautiful sight out there, but again, drought, drought, drought. Our first alert chief meteorologist Paul Williams joining us with a look at our forecast. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening, Maddie. And the irony here is that, believe it or not, some folks received too much rain from the hurricane Helene, and for those areas that were missed by Helene, that's where we're getting the worst of the drought conditions. That's the irony of the two, and we'll take a look at that during our main weather segment. But for right now, our Bay Health camera in Milford, we're at 61 degrees for the 10 o'clock hour, but we're dry. In fact, as you take a look at the dryness of everything, nearly 3 inches so far for this month is where we should be, and we have yet to reach that plateau. And as far as the year is concerned, we're beyond 5.5 inches shy of our normal rainfall total for the year. And October, September, late September, and all of October has yet to produce any kind of rain that we would typically expect. So drought conditions are going to continue. We're on pace for the driest month ever for October. And we're going to be back to feeling like fall for tomorrow and going into the weekend. We'll talk about that in your full forecast. So then, back to you, Charlie.
Thank you, Paul. A fire broke out this afternoon near Pine Ridge Drive in Milton. Here's some video from the scene. It happened around 4 p.m. You're going to be able to see the thick smoke on your screen right here. One woman who lives next door says firefighters helped her get her daughter away from danger.
She was the closest actually to the fire. And at the time, firefighters, they don't really know, everything until they get on scene. And it was great that they allowed somebody to go in and get her once they found out that she was actually inside of the home.
Daniel says the fire started in an abandoned trailer there on Pine Ridge Drive.
Milford police say 3 teenagers have been arrested for stealing cars and setting one on fire. This all happened between October 3rd and 7th. All those teens are facing charges. New in Milton, DelDOT has installed 2 brand new all-way stops on Chestnut and Federal Streets. That's where they intersect with Wharton Street. Now, the goal is to slow down traffic and stop some near misses. One couple says they do see this as a way to make the roads safer.
Well, if it slows people down, I mean, that's got to be a safety factor. And then you have to consider a lot of the bicyclists on these roads anymore, too. That's a concern.
We have much more on this story and other concerns with the signs on Coast TV at 11.
Major progress being made on the family courthouse in Georgetown. The construction of the new Sussex County Family Courthouse began in the fall of 2022, and it looks to be almost complete. One antique shop next door is excited to see more open parking spaces once the building's done.
It would be nice for the building to be over and complete, and then maybe things will change.
The family courthouse building is scheduled to be finished this coming spring.
Election Day is just 2 weeks away, a little bit less than that. And starting next week, tune in to Coast TV for Preview Week coverage. We have exclusive candidate interviews you won't want to miss. That all begins on Monday. And tomorrow at 6 in Ocean City, you can meet the people running for mayor and council. This event is open to the public. It's happening at the American Legion Post 166. You can also submit questions beforehand online. And we have a lot more news to get to this evening.
Red goes purple, connecting those battling opioid addiction with life-saving resources.
And a quick cool down will happen on Thursday with breezy conditions, but is there any sight of our drought conditions improving? I'll have the answer in my full forecast coming up.
First, ferry funds, how one grant is changing the future of the Cape May Lewis Ferry when we're back in just 60 seconds.
Why wait? Black Friday starts now at Furnitureland. Shop trend without the spend. Recliners just $2.99. Two-piece sleeper storage sectionals just $9.99. Furnitureland. In style, in stock, in your home today.
Seen these attacks? They're not true. The Republican billionaires paying for them know it, and Larry Hogan does too. So why does a group of billionaires from outside Maryland care so much about our Senate race? Because they want power. And they know Larry Hogan will give Republicans control of the Senate. They'll pass trillions in new tax breaks for big corporations and the wealthy. But you know who they don't care about? You. I'm Angela Also Brooks, and I approve this message.
Why wait? Black Friday starts now at Furnitureland. Shop trend without the spend. Sofas, $388. Three-piece sectionals, $9.99. Five-piece dining sets, $488. Furnitureland. In style, in stock, in your home today.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
Out with the old, in with the new. As this decades-old Cape May Lewis Ferry vessel sails away, a new one approaches.
As Coast TV News reporter Emma Aiken shows us, this upgrade is going to make some trips across the Delaware Bay more environmentally friendly.
A way to get between Delaware and New Jersey is crucial for many people. The Cape May Lewis Ferry allows May Cipriano to see her family and friends every month. As a frequent rider, she is excited about a new ferry that will be better for the environment.
I think it is important because we have to cut down on pollution.
A $20 million grant from the U.S. Department of Transportation to the Delaware River and Bay Authority will help change the future of the ferry experience. One of the current diesel engine ferries will be replaced with a new diesel hybrid engine vessel.
It will reduce emissions anywhere from 22% to 90% depending on the pollutant. There's going to be a portion of the time where we're at the dock and maneuvering in and out of the port where we'll be operating on batteries alone. So that's almost zero emissions. And of course, that's where we're the closest to the communities that we serve.
Gerke says the ferry will also have all new amenities, including seating, restaurant, and bar spaces.
The bars, the restaurant, I think it will draw more people to take the ferry, and they can come on board, get off in Lewis. It's good for the economy.
On Wednesday, Delaware's congressional delegates celebrated the grant that will make these ferry upgrades possible.
Right now, you can see passengers and cars loading up onto this over 40-year-old ferry vessel, but by summer 2027, you will see these passengers and cars loading onto a brand new diesel hybrid engine ferry vessel. In Lewis, I'm Emma Aiken, Coast TV News.
Here's a look at your golf forecast. We're expecting conditions to be a bit cooler, but still good to excellent regardless. Just a little bit on the breezy side.
Listen to Big 107.7, Delmarva's classic rock station.
You want power and performance? Get it all with Toyota's toughest trucks at IG Burton Toyota of Dover. Right now, lease the unstoppable 24 Tacoma for just $279 a month. Built to take on anything in its path. Need more muscle? The 2024 Tundra is ready to conquer whatever you throw at it. Buy with 1.99% APR. These aren't just trucks. These are tools, machines ready for work, ready for adventure. And the best part? They're waiting for you at IG Burton Toyota of Dover. Deals this strong don't last forever. Act now. IG Burton Toyota of Dover, where real drivers get their trucks.
Be charmed by Lewis.
Visit our unique shops and restaurants.
The Brush Factory is the area's premier destination for the unique and unusual for home, garden, and you. Come support our 60-plus local merchants and artists.
Welcome to Lewis Brewing Company, your new local microbrewery. Enjoy fresh craft beers and a great local spot to gather and unwind.
We can't wait to serve you.
Savor the best of the season with fresh local seafood, farm-to-table produce, and well-aged prime Angus beef.
At Harvest Tide over the bridge in Lewis.
Lots to do and see.
In Lewis.
Foul odors, discolored water, are you running out of hot water more quickly? These are all signs of sediment buildup in your water heater. And as the buildup becomes more severe, it can even cause a premature tank failure. Flushing the tank periodically can prevent these problems. FH Fur has you covered. Get a water heater flush for $49. That's right, a complete water heater flush for only $49. Act now and get a plumbing inspection free.
877-CALL-FUR. FHFur.com.
Get ready, Delmarva. Excitement and incredible savings have arrived at Gateway Subaru. Save up to $3,200 on a new 2025 Subaru Outback with financing rates as low as 1.9% for 48 months. Or save up to $2,300 off a new 2024 Subaru Crosstrek with financing rates as low as 1.9% for 48 months. And be among the first to drive the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester. Stop in and reserve yours today. Gateway Subaru, just minutes from the beaches in the heart of Delmarva. Higher standards.
As a math teacher, Matt Meyer knows that Delaware's tax system isn't adding up. So he has a plan to fix it. Give middle-class families a tax cut, invest in schools, and lower costs. But Mike Ramone's plan gives tax breaks to the ultra-rich, which could cut education by nearly $175 million. Matt Meyer knows these numbers don't add up. He'll make state taxes fair so families can get ahead. Vote Matt Meyer for governor.
Fall into planning at Bellaterra Garden Center. Come check out our locally sourced collection of trees and shrubs, all shapes and sizes. Did you know that Bellaterra is open 7 days a week? Join our garden club for big savings and first access to all sales promotions. Join us on October 19th through the 27th for our fall blowout sale, up to 50% off. Check Facebook and our Instagram pages for specific details. Located right off Route 16 in Ellendale. Bellaterra, your go-to garden center.
Download the Coast TV News app on your Apple or Android devices.
We are staying on high alert as far as drought conditions are concerned, and we want to take a look at a correlation between our drought situation and Hurricane Helene's path. It's an interesting thing that I want to point out to you. Irish Eyes camera in Lewis, 77 degrees right now. We'll drop to 65 with clear skies, 9 o'clock. We're in the 70s now, 72 in Milton and in Georgetown, 72 degrees currently in Del Mar. Now, we do have some concerns with wind. We have small craft advisory that's been activated along the Sussex County coast and really all the coastal regions of the Delmarva Peninsula. That's why we're bracing for about 25-mile-per-hour winds. But in our general region, we're still concerned about dry and parched conditions. You know, the fire weather warning is in effect just on the other side of the bay for us here, but we have at least a dry or fire weather statement, quote unquote, in effect for our immediate area. This cold front is on the way here, and that will zap us back to more October or fall-like conditions. But with a cold front, usually you're hoping for a little rain, but that's not looking hopeful. By the way, remember Helene, when it made landfall throughout Florida and it tracked its way through Georgia, western portions of North Carolina, and into the southern Ohio Valley region and Tennessee Valley region? Well, this is the track of it. The path in which it cut with the heavy rain that caused flooding that we're still recovering from right now covered this part of the country, the Tennessee Valley region. But you'll notice, see this cutoff right here? To the north of it, that's where we're in the middle of that dry pattern. So we're in a sense, we're dry by default. We're like the flip side of what happened to the folks dealing directly with Helene. And sometimes what happens in the atmosphere when one hole opens, another one closes, and this proximity between these two is just a very interesting correlation to keep a close eye on. 6 to 10 days out, we're still looking at dry conditions staying dominant, and we're searching for rain. I mean, we're 3 inches shy practically for the month, and we have yet to see that rain. So we're in the middle of the drought that's going to be moderate to severe at this present time for our neck of the woods. And something else just popped up. Our air quality is now tanking as well. We went from good to moderate. So we're looking for tomorrow. Temperatures will only reach into the 60s for tomorrow. Finally, here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling Extended Forecast.
All right, Paul, thank you. Lorette Health Center in Georgetown hosted today its Lorette Goes Purple event to connect those dependent on opioids with healthcare and community resources. Here's some footage of that event. The goal was to raise awareness and help reduce opioid-related deaths by providing Narcan training.
I find it very useful, either for myself or for other people, so I will use that information and advocate for what they're trying to do, because many people out there need help, and so that's a beautiful thing here.
This is the second year the Lorette Health Center organizes this event for the community.
A fire in Rehoboth Beach Wednesday caused significant damage inside a home. This was on Land's End Drive in Rehoboth Beach Country Club. The cause of the fire remains unknown, but first responders told CoastTV that it came from the basement. A reminder that tonight the Delmarva Sports Network will air the Governor's Challenge selection show at 8 p.m. The show is a big reveal for all the local and national teams that are going to play in the Governor's Challenge basketball tournament. It is the largest holiday basketball tournament in the country, and it is held December 26th to the 30th at the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
What's going on, everybody? Tonight is the night high school basketball teams around the country have been waiting for to see who they will be competing against in the 42nd Governor's Challenge tournament in December. The Delmarva Sports Network will air the Governor's Challenge selection show tonight at 8 p.m. This show is the big reveal for all of the local and national teams that will play in the Governor's Challenge basketball tournament, the largest holiday tournament at that in the country, with 7 different divisions, including the Boys and Girls Shore Showcase, Boys and Girls Varsity, Boys and Girls Elite Showcase, and the Small School Showcase. Tune in tonight to find out who will be battling out December 26th through 30th at the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center in Salisbury, Maryland. Staying with basketball, but to the NBA, the Philadelphia 76ers open their season tonight at home against Milwaukee Bucks at 7:30 p.m. Joel Embiid and Paul George have been ruled out, so Tyrese Maxey will take center stage for Philly. The Bucks will be without Chris Middleton tonight. The start of the NBA season for both of these teams starts this evening at 7:30 p.m. That'll for sports. Have a great night, everybody.
Brian, what's the difference between treated wood and composite decking?
Treated wood decking costs less, but requires a lot of maintenance over the years. Composite decking looks like wood, but won't fade, curl, or rot. It's insect resistant, maintenance free, and comes with a lifetime warranty. Get composite decking for the same price as treated lumber through October, extended just for you.
Paul Davis can bring the showroom to you as soon as tomorrow.
And we'll give you an estimate that day.
Call Paul Davis, the restoration and remodeling experts.
Weather is sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration, your storm damage experts, here to help now.
Johnny Janasik's multi-million-dollar inventory sell-off is extended. Through Monday, save up to 70% on leather, upholstery, bedrooms, dining rooms, and more. Plus, 0% APR for 24 months. But it all ends Monday at Johnny Janasik.
Michael Anderson of Anderson Wealth Management has the strategies you need to help plan your retirement. Catch Wise Money right here on WRDE.
In Washington, they talk, but in Delaware, Sarah delivers.
Sarah McBride helped raise the minimum wage.
She got paid leave for workers.
She got Democrats and Republicans to work together.
We're all in for Sarah.
Carpenters, bus drivers,
nurses,
sheet metal workers.
Sarah sees us.
And she respects us.
I'm Sarah McBride. I approve this message because anyone who works hard should be able to make ends meet. That's why I'm running for Congress.
Welcome to the brand new Bath by Spicer Brothers showroom. Experience the future of bathroom remodeling. Bath by Spicer Brothers is Delmarva's exclusive BCI Elite dealer, offering more selections, styles, and colors, including options like the laser etch tile pattern system. Made in the USA, built for beauty and performance, our baths are durable, mold resistant, and guaranteed for life.
With no money down, no interest, and no payments until 2026, you have no reason to wait.
Call Bath by Spicer Brothers today because you deserve the best.
Hard workers need tough gear. Vernon Powell has the toughest and most comfortable workwear in the business. Work boots that work hard, like Timberland Pro, Carolina, and Red Wing, to Carhartt and Darn Tough socks. Only at Vernon Powell in Salisbury and Rehoboth.
Johnny Janosik's multi-million-dollar inventory sell-off is extended. Through Monday, save up to 70% on leather, upholstery, bedrooms, dining rooms, and more. Plus, 0% APR for 24 months. But it all ends Monday at Johnny Janosik.
Celebrate the season with the 4 best days of fall at Sunfest. Experience the ultimate celebration of food, drinks, arts, crafts, and entertainment along the boards from October 24th to the 27th. Embrace fall by enjoying a seaside tractor ride, chilling around a beach bonfire, navigating a corn maze, or participating in a pet and bicycle event. Shop around over 200 arts and crafts vendors. Immerse yourself in music with an incredible lineup of free musical performances. Enjoy the free family fun all day. For more information, visit ococean.com/sunfest.
WRDE First Alert Weather, brought to you by Ocean City, Maryland.
Take a look at our Drive-Tech crawl-space camera in Ocean City, 67 degrees, mild, and we're going to feel more like fall for the next couple of days, although it's been more like summertime with reaching record highs and all that. Our umbrella giveaway winner, Ronald Cohen of Millsboro, congratulations, courtesy of Paul Davis Restoration, Home Remodeling. Keep up with your forecast by calling our weather line at 443-880-9100, sponsored by the law offices of Baird, Mandalas, Brockstedt, and Federico. Finally, here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. We are looking forward to stay about 60s, upper 60s for Thursday, Friday, warming up on Saturday. Bit chilly for us starting for next week. Then we warm back up to 80 degrees again for Halloween.
I'm excited for that. Thank you, Paul, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6.
For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
The NBC Nightly News is up next.
And we're going to see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 11. Have a great evening.